RSI 14 is 89 and the stock is extremely overbought on RSI 14, but may also continue to gain. Some stocks see their best performance while being overbought, but very seldom does RSI remain so high for a long time without short corrections. Risk has therefore increased and larger daily movements can be expected over the next couple of days. Big movements in Vertex Energy stock price on Monday, moving 21.64% between high and low, updated on January 25, 2021. Buy or hold candidate since November 17, 2020 gained 239.58%. The Vertex Energy stock price gained 27.34% on the last trading day, Monday, January 25, 2021, rising from $1.28 to $1.63, and has now gained 4 days in a row. It will be exciting to see whether it manages to continue gaining or take a minor break for the next few days. During the day, the stock fluctuated 21.64% from a day low at $1.34 to a day high of $1.63. The price has risen in 8 of the last 10 days and is up by 98.78% over the past 2 weeks. Volume has increased on the last day along with the price, which is a positive technical sign, and, in total, 5 million more shares were traded than the day before. In total, 7 million shares were bought and sold for approximately $11.64 million. The stock has broken the very wide and strong rising the short-term trend up, and an even stronger rate of rising is indicated. For any reaction back, there will now be support on the roof on the current trend broken at $1.17, a level that may pose a second chance to hit a runner. According to fan theory, $1.42 will be the next possible trend top level and thereby pose a resistance level that may not be broken at the first attempt. Signals and forecast. The Vertex Energy stock holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, giving a positive forecast for the stock. Also, there is a general buy signal from the relation between the two signals where the short-term average is above the long-term average. On corrections down, there will be some support from the lines at $1.21 and 83 cents. A breakdown below any of these levels will issue sell signals. A buy signal was issued from a pivot bottom point on Wednesday, December 16, 2020, and so far it has risen 154.57%. Further rise is indicated until a new top pivot has been found. Furthermore, there is a buy signal from the 3 months moving average convergence divergence MACD. Volume is rising along with the price. This is considered to be a good technical signal. Support, risk and stop loss. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $1.28. With no support from accumulated volume below today's level, the risk is increased, as a drop below the support at $0 may give a huge drop in the stock price. The stock may move very much during a day volatility, and with a very large prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, the stock is considered to be very high risk. During the last day, the stock moved 29 cents between high and low, or 21.64%. For the last week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 15.60%. The Vertex Energy stock is extremely overbought on RSI 1489. Normally this may pose a good selling opportunity, but since the stock has broken the trend up, the chance for a major correction due to high RSI is very small, as the stock will find support at the trend broken. Our recommended stop loss, $1.58 minus 3.22%. The stock has very high daily movements and this gives very high risk. The RSI 14 is 89 and this increases the risk substantially. There is a buy signal from a pivot bottom found 25 days ago. Is Vertex Energy stock a buy? Vertex Energy holds several positive signals, but we still don't find these to be enough for a buy candidate. At the current level, it should be considered as a hold candidate. Hold or accumulate in this position whilst awaiting further development. Current score, 0.000. Predicted opening price for Vertex Energy of Tuesday, January 26, 2021. The predicted opening price is based on yesterday's movements between high, low, and the closing price. Fair opening price January 26, 2021. Current price $1.53. VTNR is overvalued compared to its price of $2.60 per share, has below average safety, and is currently rated a hold. Recommendation: Rec Hold. REC reflects the cumulative effect of all the VectorVest parameters working together. These parameters are designed to help investors buy safe, undervalued stocks rising in price. Value: current price $2.60, current value 19 cents. VTNR has a current value of 19 cents per share. Compared to a price of $2.60 per share, the stock is currently overvalued. Value is computed from forecasted earnings per share, forecasted earnings growth, profitability, interest, and inflation rates. Upside potential: relative value RV. Very poor RV is an indicator of long-term price appreciation potential. VTNR has an RV of 0.10, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. This indicator is far superior to a simple comparison of price and value because it is computed from an analysis of projected price appreciation 3 years out, AAA corporate bond rates, and risk. Safety: relative safety RS. Poor RS is an indicator of risk. VTNR has an RS of 0.50, which is poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RS is computed from an analysis of the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance, debt-to-equity ratio, sales volume, business longevity, price volatility, and other factors. Timing: relative timing RT. Excellent RT analyzes a stock's price trend. VTNR has a relative timing of 2.00, which is excellent on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RT is computed from an analysis of the direction, magnitude, and dynamics of a stock's price movements day over day, week over week, quarter over quarter, and year over year. If a trend dissipates, RT will gravitate toward 1.00. Overall rating: value, safety, timing. VST. Very good. Vista is the master indicator for ranking every stock in the VectorVest database. VTNR has a VST rating of 1.27, which is very good on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. VST is computed from the square root of a weighted sum of the squares of RV, RS, and RT. Stocks with the highest VST ratings have the best combinations of value, safety, and timing. STOP. Stop price $1.25 stop is an indicator of when to sell a position. VTNR has a stop of $1.25 per share. A stock's stop is computed from a 13-week moving average of its closing prices, and is fine-tuned according to the stock's fundamentals. CI Comfort Index. Very poor CI is an indicator which reflects a stock's ability to resist severe and/or lengthy price declines. VTNR has a CI rating of 0.41, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. CI is based solely upon a stock's long-term price history. GRT earnings growth rate. GRT reflects a company's 1 to 3 year forecasted earnings growth rate in percent per year. VTNR has a forecasted earnings growth rate of -3.00%, which VectorVest considers to be very poor. EPS. Earnings per share. EPS stands for leading 12 months earnings per share. VTNR has a forecasted EPS of $-0.05 per share. VectorVest determines this forecast from a combination of recent earnings performance and traditional fiscal and/or calendar year earnings forecasts. PE. Price to earnings ratio. PE shows the dollars required to buy $1 of earnings. VTNR has a PE of -52.00. The average PE of all the stocks in the VectorVest database is 65.44. EY. Earnings yield. EY reflects earnings per share as a percent of price. VTNR has an EY of -1.92%. This is below the current average of 1.53% for all the stocks in the VectorVest database. GPE. Growth to PE ratio. VTNR has a GPE rating of -0.06. A stock is commonly considered to be undervalued when GPE is greater than 1.00. DIV. Dividend. VectorVest reports annual, regular, cash dividends as indicated by the most recent payments. Special distributions, one-time payments, stock dividends, etc., are not generally included in DIV. VTNR does not pay a dividend. DY dividend yield. DY reflects dividend per share as a percent of price. VTNR does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend yield rating. DY equals 100x DIV price. It is useful to compare DY with EY. If DY is not significantly lower than EY, the dividend payment may be in jeopardy. DS dividend safety. DS is an indicator of the assurance that regular cash dividends will be declared and paid at current or at higher rates for the foreseeable future. VTNR does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend safety rating. Stocks with DS values above 75 typically have RS values well above 1.00 and EY levels that are much higher than DYDG. Dividend growth rate. Dividend growth is a forecasted annual growth rate of a company's dividend based on historical dividend payments and dividend predictability. It is a subtle yet important indicator of a company's financial performance. It also provides some insight into the board's outlook on the company's ability to increase earnings. VTNR does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend growth rating. YSG vector. YSG is an indicator which combines DY, DS and DG into a single value, and allows direct comparison of all dividend-paying stocks in the database. VTNR does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a YSG rating. Stocks with the highest YSG values have the best combinations of dividend yield, safety and growth. These are the stocks to buy for somewhat above current income and long-term growth. AVGVOL. AVGVOL is the 50-day moving average of daily volume as computed by VectorVest. VTNR has an AVGVOL of 1,267,163 shares traded per day. Percent vol. Percent vol reflects the percent change in today's trading volume as compared to the AVGVOL. Percent vol equals volume. AVGVOL/AVGVOL 100. VTNR had a percent vol of 5,239.44% on Tuesday, January 26, 2021. PRC, VTNR price changed 59.51% from the prior day's closing price. Sales, VTNR has annual sales of 137 million. Sales growth. Sales growth is the sales growth rate in percent over the last 12 months. VTNR has a sales growth of -1.00% per year. This is very poor. Sales per share. SPS. VTNR has annual sales of $3.02 per share. Price to sales ratio. PS. VTNR has APS